Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. And we're underway.
Well, we're in the presence of a true great of Italian football.
You're talking Bergami?
Yeah, he can perform anywhere across the back four, and thanks to his discipline, he makes it all look seamless. Incredibly dogged and determined.
Nesta makes the interception. Nedved. Pele. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Deco. Beckenbauer. Now it's Pele. Arsenal ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Passes coming off in quick succession here. He's found the way through. Beckenbauer. And here's Ibrahimovic. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Gattuso. Oh, this looks sharp. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Gullit. He's going to be disappointed with that. First quarter of an hour gone. And the shot! He's beaten the keeper. Here's another goal! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Gullit was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Zanetti.
Arsenal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Mbappe! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Pele gets it away. And it's Azar. Spread neatly. Tries to get it clear. Nedved. Milan are looking to break at pace. Pepe cuts it out. Arsenal are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Zanetti charging forward down that flank. Seedorf did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Nedved. Azar, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Now it's Pele. Real chance! And that's a tidy finish. They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Great chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Nedved. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That's an excellent interception. Aimed beyond the defence. Beckenbauer. That's good running with the ball. Oh, super ball. Mbappe. Chance! Oh, special! That is a special goal! A finish right from the top draw! And the comeback is complete! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Arsenal leading now.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Played out towards the right wing. Knocks it into space. Azar, who can single-handedly make a difference. Gattuso.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Azar. Oh, this is a very good run. Nedved. Thuram. Pele. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat. And all of a sudden, things are looking pretty rosy. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
Arsenal leading, but only just 2 on the scoreline. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. He's beaten the last man. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Looking for options for movement. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Has a look and plays it forward. Pele charging forward, the ball at his feet.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking to play him in. Mbappe. Seedorf. Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Azar being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. That ball looks a good one.
Milan really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And this is Azar. Oh, he goes for a shot! And that's a sharp finish. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 24.
Well, the two coaches
Mbappe.
are signalling changes
Number
here,
5.
both at the same time.
Hazard.
So the
Number
lead now.
25.
He's had a shot!
Deco. Number
Oh,
7.
that was wicked, a truly
Number
wicked
13.
effort.
Actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there.
Coming
He's
on the
usually
field.
better than that.
Number 19, Adriano. Number 21, Zola. Number 14, Pep Guardiola.
Alvarez.
Number 22,
And here's Hullet.
Ribery.
Yamal.
Number 2,
And the shot! It's
Substitution
bounced
in
back off the
progress.
post. I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. Now it's Hullet. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Can he get it through? And this is Hullet. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Ribery. Guardiola is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And it's Ribery. Now this could be a chance. Shapes to shoot! Yamal. Some good work on the right flank here. And here's Zola. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Could be danger here. He's found a way through, and he shoots! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
Arsenal are looking to go forward now. Nicely weighted ball. Well timed, excellent interception. Bergomi. Alvarez. He's looking wide, not where it came from. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Zola. Makaleli. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Now he's running away. Cruyff. Makaleli. 2 minutes to be added on. Ribery. Can he get on the end of this? It's Adriano! Yes! And they are disappearing out. And that will be the final act. Arsenal have won it by sheer force of character, as winning teams do.
Hey, my brothers. Sorry, my phone is far away, so I can't reply. How are you all? Good morning. Can you hear me?
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's away we go then. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
He has found the way through. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Zola. Zola unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Ribéry. The ball goes in. Impressive jump. Big moment. Massive goal.
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So, a breakthrough already. No foul, says the referee.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's Ronaldinho. And this is Shevchenko. Shot could be on. Lookman! Not a bad try by any means.
I think that was probably what the opposition wanted him to do, Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance.
Ribéry charging forward, the ball at his feet. Nicely weighted ball. Shot, surely! And a neat finish. And they're threatening to fly away here. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Gattuso. Zola. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now that looks a decent ball. And the pass is intercepted. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, that is a nice touch. Ribéry will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Serginho. Ronaldinho. Ball played for Lookman.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
Tries to pass it through. Lookman, here's a great chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
Wah! Ya mabubal ayam ini mabubus.
That's the throw. Guardiola kept his eye on it, and he's there. Threads one in. Now it's Ronaldinho, who played through for the wide man. Driving forward. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Beckenbauer has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. That's a lovely, neat pass. And that is expertly dealt with.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
He's found a way through. Arsenal heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Conte. And it's Ronaldinho. Aimed beyond the defence. Nesta. And here's the chance to counter. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's had it nicked away. Deco was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Engages and forces him off the ball. Ronaldinho. Lookman. He's got away. It's Ronaldinho! And yes, it's there! Half-time imminent. What a time to score! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Chance! And it's in! Barcelona are back in business. A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
Oh, what a game we have on our hands here.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Adriano has got himself a... That's it, 45 minutes up. Arsenal are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
Well, this has been gripping stuff. 4 goals evenly shared at the interval. It's 2-2. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. And here's Zola. Oh, he's burst through. Good read, needed to be. Vardiol. Now it's Messi. And this is Shevchenko. Shevchenko powering forward here. Deco looking for the chance to skim one in from range. And it's Ronaldinho. Serginho. He's big chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Pepe. That has not gone well. Looking for options for movement. Beckenbauer gives no quarter whatsoever.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Lookman. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now that's well seen too. Deco. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. Certainly when...
Chance for a shot! Goal! Arsenal! And they've got their lead back. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Shit.
Lookman. Ronaldinho. Showing good feet. And this is Shevchenko.
Barcelona really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might...
And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. It's a straight red.
Ah.
He's been given his marching orders. Arsenal are down to 10 men. Two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Messi, el dorsal 18. Serán sustituidos.
Arsenal perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Dorsal 9. Neymar.
Knocks it into space.
Wait.
Yamal.
Weh,
And he's
weh,
gone backward here.
tahu dia nggak? Pura.
That has been knocked clear. Might be danger here. Can he get it through? And he's really put himself on the line here. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And it's been taken short. Serginho tries to play it. Neymar! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Yamal, that's been slipped through, and he's in on. Can he finish? And there's a goal. They've done it again. It is incredible.
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing. Barcelona clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
The ball has bounced loose now.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And this is Mohamed Salah. Arsenal can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Great, takes a shot! Goal! Barcelona! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So a big moment. And he scores! Back in business! Not a twitch, not a blink.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little
मेरी
longer.
बेटी चलाक हो गई है
हाँ?
मैं उसको लेके जाती हूँ आगे को उसको फिर से होटल के पास जाती हूँ आगे साइड पे कौन अपना खाना संभाल बेहोश बैठा देखता नहीं
आप क्यों?
मैं प्यार से बोल तेरे को नहीं
आराम
सुनता
से बात कर।
मैं इसलिए
ये तो
ऊंचा
कितना बार बोल।
अच्छा तो झूठ बोलता तेरे को सुनाई नहीं देता हूं तो तेन सुनाई दिंदा पिया
मेरा फोन ला मेरा नहीं।
सर देखो तेरे तो खाने का ध्यान है
उसने रिमोट ले लिया, उसको उठा लिया। अभी तेरे को क्या चाहिए? मैं कितना चीज कहा हुआ मैं उसको संभाल।
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the set.
It's Saviola! He lifts the roof! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened. But still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Well, they've done the hard part. Now to survive the last few minutes.
Well, what an end to the game, Peter. But now comes the overwhelming question. How long is there left, including stoppages?
Kante does really well to win the ball there.
You can never be short of runners in the space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Alipata red ball, lakini imekuwa moto.
Just eases him off the ball. And it's Hazard. Oh, that's fabulous. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Great vision. And this is Saviola. Chance!
Nimeuza bao.
Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball.
Jorginho is... Can he get on the end of this? Well-timed, excellent interception. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Arsenal have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure.
Guys, my phone is waiting for me.
Wait, Aira, no. Wait. Lazima pake melala juu.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
मेरी पी किधर है?
The pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now,
उसको बुला, हम लोग देखा करेंगे.
तो प्यारी आई रू
बेटी देर हुआ है.
तो प्यारी अजय दत्त
नहीं ओके.
अजय दत्त
Now,
Tek sekund
there's a
bang.
player with a silky pass
Bener banyak
and a
ya?
steely tackle.
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, a midfielder renowned for his tremendous array of passes while offering his defence a solid shielding presence too.
Players don't come a whole lot better in his position, do they?
Not really, and not many can boast the same quality of performance either, Peter.
Looking to play him in. Ribéry has it in a wide position. Olise did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Rijkaard. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Stam did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Mbappe. Can he get it through? And Ribéry! He's delivered all right!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew
Hello?
straight away he was never going to
Hello?
get to it.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Madrid are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Olise. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. He's being urged to shoot. Hazard! It's a goal! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
We're looking at a different game now. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Arsenal! And they get themselves in front! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Adriano. And he's picked it up out wide. Now it's Fernandez. Olise is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. That's a sharp pass. Adriano going after that. And it's Hazard. Hazard going face to face with his great rival. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Driving forward. Knocks it into space. Adriano picks it up out wide. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Chance! And we have our very first corner. And a header! No, not the best of headers. Alexander-Arnold. Hazard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Looking for options for movement. Zanetti. Fernandez can so cleverly bypass the press. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Fermin will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Alexander-Arnold. Olise. Now that's a lovely exchange. Now this could be a chance. 40 minutes gone. Half-time closing in. Can he get on the end of this? Deco. He won't be happy with that one. Rijkaard. For Olise. And here's Mbappe. Olise cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Pass is just off target. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Arsenal are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. The second period is underway. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Pepe. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Beckenbauer. And they're back on the ball again. And it's Ribéry. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Fermin. No way through. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He steps in, and that's the end of that. It's Hazard! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Rijkaard. Alexander-Arnold. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Fernandez. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. And this is Adriano. And this is Ribéry. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Short changes him with that pass. Olise. And that is a little undercooked. Mbappe looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Fermin. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Xabi Alonso. And he's worked it through.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Takes a shot! He's got away with one there.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 11.
So we have movement on both benches.
El dorsal 10. El dorsal 17. El dorsal
All in
12.
towards the middle.
El
Well,
dorsal
now it's a race for the ball.
serán sustituidos por
And he's
el
heaved it
dorsal
away.
9, Bernadot, el dorsal 22, el dorsal 19, el dorsal 27,
Rijkaard.
el
Oh, good
dorsal
spread.
5. Se va
He's
a
on it. Can he get away?
jugadores.
And a chance! Oh, and one more try! Not a bad try by any means.
Haaland certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Hazard, very much a man of this moment. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tries to play it through. And it's Xabi Alonso. That has been slung wide. Nicely weighted ball. Serginho. Serginho going face to face with his great rival. Pass somewhat off target. Now that looks a decent ball. That has been cut short.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And the finish! Fernandes. Deco. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Hazard running with the ball. Kukçu. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Nesta has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Kukçu. And it's Rijkaard. Always onto this. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Arsenal are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Beckenbauer. Hazard. And here's Haaland. Guardiola.
Arsenal nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Kukçu. Nicely spread. Vermaelen cuts it out. Arsenal moments now away from seeing this one out. Zanetti couldn't squeeze it through.
Habrá
And here's
2
Haaland.
minutos de descuento.
Carvajal providing an outlet on that flank. Guardiola. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Marquinhos goes sliding in. And we're done. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And here's Deco. And this is Hazard. He leaps for it. Has another go. And he's following up. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Iniesta. Now, can they get him away? Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Yaya Toure. And it's Pirlo. Looking for options for movement. No, that's been intercepted. Arsenal are applying all the early pressure.
I know it's still early, but they're showing the better signs. No caution from them.
He's shifting through the gears here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Gattuso. Picked out brilliantly. Real chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Pirlo. Now it's Hullet. Iniesta gets into a good position. Iniesta will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now this could be a chance. Corner it is. And we have our very first corner. Pirlo with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence. Pirlo. Zanetti. Now goes for a shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Hullet. Kubo. Oh no, what has happened here? Backward it goes.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Bonucci wins the duel this time.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Now it's Hullet. Looking to play him in. Kubo! And again! And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And he's there to retrieve it. Kubo. Iniesta. Buffon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Hazard. Zanetti. Gattuso is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender.
Arsenal truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Oh, such a clever touch. Forced to go back. Pirlo! And there's no surprise who's taking this corner. He's had a shot against the crossbar. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Gattuso. Beckenbauer promptly onto that, and that is that. And Hullet! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Milan have their third corner. Haaland. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he is deftly away. And he plays one through. And the counter-attack is on for Milan. Kubo. Oh, this is a terrific run. Beckenbauer. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Arsenal currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Arsenal really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Great vision. Lahm.
Milan definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
And he's worked it through. He has found the way through. Oh, shooting chance! And no mistake. They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
So their fourth quarter of the game, and it's been taken short. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Hullet. Iniesta. That is a brilliant interception. Zanetti.
Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
Lahm. And it's Iniesta. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Hullet. Azar. Beckenbauer can so cleverly bypass the press. Lahm. Looking for the run. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, that was vital. Zola looking understandably energised after his goal. Oh, perfectly measured that. And he's a big chance! Goal! Arsenal! And that takes him up to double figures, the first significant goal-scoring landmark. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 23. Numero 4. Pirlo. Lasciano il campo per
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Arsenal leading now.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
And here's Romario. Now it's Rafael Leao. Stood up well to him there.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep...
Tries a shot! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 18. Lascia il campo per il numero 9. Hazard.
It's a pretty loose pass. Arsenal have it back and can go again. Solar. And he's opted for the long pass. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And this is Ribéry. And this is Zola. There's the shot! And it's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Arsenal now in a position far more desirable.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession.
Decent chance! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Oh, that miss could really prove costly. They don't want to be missing too many of those.
Numero 24. Iniesta. Lasciano il campo per il numero 20. Il numero 10. Lampard.
They're up to 5 corners now. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Stam deals with that comfortably. Arsenal have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Fernandes, and it's been played through. That's a shade optimistic. And it's Azar.
Zola.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Zanetti. That has ended up in no man's land. Azar. Now then, the ball's come loose. That's really well cleared. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Oh, right place, right time. And that's a... And he shoots! Just to go back here. Rijkaard clears without hesitation. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. And it's Azar. Zola. It's Ribéry. Rijkaard tries to pass it through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And time is up. Arsenal have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against South Africa.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. Pepe playing game number 100 for his current employers.
Yeah, something that I mentioned to him in person before the match, Peter, although it took some time to register. Pretty much the same with me on my 100th game. I was more focused on winning than anything else.
And here's Yamal.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And here's Zola. Hazard. And the shot! Juve. And it's Lopez. Looking to play him in. It's Gerrard! It's in!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Arsenal are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Vermin. Gerrard. Beckenbauer. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Juve. And it's Deco. Good ball, good take. Mbappe! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence. Arsenal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. He's a sharp little ball here. And he welcomes it in. Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. South Africa have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
The worst choice he could pick. He needed to get his head up and see the outlet to his right.
Oh, good take in a good area. Decent chance! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. South Africa with the corner, they're first. Roberto Carlos goes short. Big chance! Has fallen kindly here. Oh, that wasn't far away. Corner number 2 then. Pirlo with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Deco. He's found a way through. But he's only too happy to shoots! Loose ball. And the keeper couldn't hold it. And that's in. And that is goal number 20. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And that should get the job done. Real chance here. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Thinks about the shot. He's found and he shoots! Goal! Arsenal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. He'll try from distance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
In with the challenge. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
The keeper is ultra busy in trying to just get everything in order.
Yamal! Real chance! And no mistake. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Vinicius Junior at his razor-sharp best there.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Added time.
Here's Fernandez. Solar. Roberto Carlos did well to stay calm there. And that was very necessary. Zanetti. Fernandez. And he's there to belt it away. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Arsenal are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
Well, this has been gripping stuff. 4 goals evenly shared at the interval. It's 2-2. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. This is a promising build-up. Tries to play it. There's the shot! What a wonderful goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
His position was perfect. The invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Arsenal have their lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
It's a promising position. Showing good feet. Roberto Carlos. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
South Africa get their 4th corner. And it's been taken short. He's having a pop! And that is wildly off target.
Belletti probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
That's been won straight back. Pirlo, good strong midfield running here. He's having a hit! He has hit that forcefully.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Now it's Gerrard. Shot, surely! Oh, split-second reaction.
Just clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Substitution.
They're up to 5 corners now. They've played it short. Can he finish? And one more try. It's in. Again, we are level. What a contest.
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
And he's had a shot! It's a goal! And the comeback is complete! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things... And the shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Hazard plays it short.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now, can they get him away? And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Silvestre gets across to intercept that. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Stam is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Gerrard. And here's Vinicius Junior. Olise tries one from range. Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Olise really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
And here's Mbappe.
Arsenal really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Now it's Olise. No way through. Now it's Olise. Time is running out here.
Well, whatever it is, Peter, it needs to be drastic and quick. Maybe the late show.
Played over towards the opposite flank.
Good switch, that.
Hazard.
South Africa nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Beckenbauer cuts out the pass. He's had it taken off him. Deco is fouled.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 21.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 24.
Rijkaard.
Mbappe.
He's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Hazard. Number
And here's
3.
Haaland.
Franz Beckenbauer.
And the shot! Oh, it's hit the post.
Coming on the field.
He's had it nicked away.
Number 23.
Zanetti made a surge from fullback, as it turned out, unsuccessfully.
Number 22. Rico.
Shapes to shoot! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Substitution in progress. There will be 5 minutes added time.
And they're quick to get it back. Looking for a runner. Deep through. Nesta. He is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Now it's Fernandez. Nicely weighted ball. That's an excellent interception. And we're done. Arsenal pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Paris Saint-Germain.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're up and running.
Well, Peter, at this stage we often focus on the creative and goal-scoring talent, but I'm going to mention a defender in Lilian Thuram. As good as they come for me, very strong and athletic and competent in every other department you care to mention.
Just about the perfect defensive specimen.
Yeah, and I think often underrated.
And it's Messi. Zola. Gattuso. Oh, super find. That has ended up in no man's land. And this is Hazard. Zola. And it's Seedorf. Messi. Now, can they get him away? Shot could be... Can he finish? It's in!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Arsenal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. No, that's been intercepted.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Big chance! And no mistake. And they're threatening to fly away here. Eto'o duly reaped his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Paris Saint-Germain are now... And Hullet! Oh, the ball's come loose here. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Hullet clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Paris Saint-Germain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Real chance here. Messi's cross. Nesta attempts a clearance. Hazard. So what can they make of this? Oh, well measured. Gattuso. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, and the keeper couldn't hold it. And that's a tiny finish. Back to within one. Interesting. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
Just one in it now.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Oh, cracking ball. He saw the danger and he went crashing in. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Zola. And it's Hazard. Yaya Toure. Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Mbappe. Nesta.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it's Eto'o for Yaya Toure. Zola has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Hazard gets on his bike and on the move. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And he's picked out the run. He is through here. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable... Takes a shot! Goal! Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Zola. Hullet. Nicely weighted ball. Chance to deliver. That's a good cross in and a good clearance out. Real chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yaya Toure is offering a right smile there.
Paris Saint-Germain have their second corner now. And the shot! It's in! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
So the lead now is 2.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Now that looks a decent ball. Great vision. Zola. Oh, well played.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Gattuso. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Well, he's seen that early. Use the... And the finish! And it's there! They are purring, truly purring. And that is all they have time for. So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. The second period is on the way.
Arsenal really have to pick things up here. Their opponents are going to set up to play on the counter-attack now, which means they're going to have to find ways to draw them out more.
Now this could be a chance. Seedorf played through into space. Oh, he's found support out wide. Goes for the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Deco. Azar. Could move up a gear here. Zola running with intent. Zola now looking to orchestrate a counter. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And he shoots! Well taken goal. It could be a lifeline. 2 more needed. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Arsenal may be down, but not out just yet. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, well measured.
Arsenal are still behind, but they've increased their level of interest here.
Roberto Carlos drives forward on the overlap. Gattuso. And here's Hullet. Nesta cuts out the pass. Zanetti. He's a sharp little ball here. Gattuso finds himself offside. Engages and forces him off the ball. Hullet. He's come in hard. Azar. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Mbappe. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And this is Hullet. And the shot! Oh, good finish. And they are disappearing out of sight. That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Paris Saint-Germain visibly comfortable, now up by 3. Out towards the flank. And here's Azar. He's picked his way through. Nice interception, well timed. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Substitutions taking place.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. And it's Deco. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, this looks sharp. Nesta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Schneider. Oh, this is a very good run. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And this is Mohamed Salah. Deco. Now it's Mbappe. Schneider. And he's cut it out. It's not an especially good pass, that. Over to the right flank. Could be danger here. He's got away. Sola! Lofted upfield. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Pepe, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, played right into his path. And he's managed to get free. Stam did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Nice physical challenge. And it's Seedorf. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Tries to play it through, so no flag here. There's great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, no question that's a foul. Yellow or red? It is red. Arsenal are down to 10 men.
Well, if he's serious about trying from this range, I think he must feel he can generate the power. Big ask.
Brilliant save from Buffon! Chance, surely! And that is as much as we have time for. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless.